Hello everyone. You are watching Chemistry by Sadhanwar and this is my WhatsApp number. I am also providing in-person one-on-one individual coaching lessons. You can contact me via this WhatsApp number. And today what we are going to discuss, this is lesson number 2 and the topic is rate of reaction. Now let's open the textbook from which I am making these lessons, which I am delivering these lessons. So this is my book which I am using actually different books. So in this topic what we are gonna discuss, guys, changing the rate of reaction. In this topic we will focus upon how to change the rate of reaction, and the topic name is rate of reaction, speed of reaction. I have uploaded one lesson before and I suggest you guys do watch that lesson of mine in which I discussed what actually rate of reaction means and how to measure the rate of reaction. So changing the rate of reaction, this is part 1. Ways to change the rate of reaction. In this topic we will be focusing more upon ways to change the rate of reaction. There are several ways to speed up or to slow down the reaction. For example, you could change the concentration of reactant or the temperature. The rate will change. Very important point. But the amount of product will obtain will not. The point here I am going to explain is, these are the ways to change the rate of reaction. These are the ways to change the rate of reaction. Rate of reaction means speed of reaction. Like by changing temperature, by changing concentration of reactant, we can change the rate of reaction. But remember, amount of final product will remain same. Amount of final product will not change. Then what will change? The speed with which a reaction is taking place. That speed will change. Amount of final product will not be changed. The one factor is by changing concentration. We will see when we change concentration how this affect, how this alter the rate of reaction. Here you will see how rate changes with the concentration of reactant. Means when we change the concentration of reactant, how rate of reaction will change. The method, repeat the experiment from page 131 twice. This is the method, and in this method they have taken two reactant. One is magnesium and the mass of magnesium is 0.05 gram. Here the mass of magnesium is again 0.05 gram. The other reactant is hydrochloric acid. Actually this reaction is basically between magnesium and HCl. Magnesium and HCl. Then we will get product, magnesium chloride and hydrogen gas here. When magnesium will react with HCl, the product which we will get is MgCl2 and hydrogen gas. To make this equation balanced, let's put 2 here. So in experiment A, I have taken 50 cubic centimeter of HCl and the mass of magnesium is 0.05 gram. Then this is experiment A. Then in experiment B, the mass of magnesium is again 0.05 gram. The volume of HCl is again 50 cubic centimeter. But now hydrochloric acid is more concentrated. We increase the concentration of hydrogen. Then we will see that reaction takes place fastly. Reaction takes place fastly and it takes less time. Means that this reaction will happen now quickly, and the result of this reaction has been explained by a graph. You see, this is a graph, and in this graph have two curves. This is the curve of experiment A, and this is the curve of experiment B, and the volume of hydrogen gas which is producing in the result of this reaction. The value of the volume of hydrogen has been plotted at y-axis, and the time has been plotted at x-axis. And we see this is the result for experiment A and B. Experiment A is taken, the curve for experiment A goes like this. This is the final volume of HCl, and we can see the final volume of HCl is 60 cubic centimeter. This is the final volume of HCl, and this is the curve for experiment B. So what is the difference between the curve of experiment A and the curve of experiment B? The final volume of hydrogen is again 60 cubic centimeter here. The final volume of hydrogen is 60 cubic centimeter in case of graph A, and final volume of hydrogen is also 60 cubic centimeter in case of graph B. Then what is the difference between experiment A and experiment B? Difference is the speed of reaction. Difference is the speed of reaction, guys. Let me explain this with graph. I am plotting a straight line here because let me plot a straight line here. And now let me plot a straight line here. So what actually I am gonna explain here. In case of experiment B, 60 second, time is 60 second. 60 second is required to make 60 cubic centimeter hydrogen gas. In experiment B, in case of experiment B, 60 second is required to produce 60 cubic centimeter hydrogen gas. But in case of experiment A, you see 110, almost 110, even more than 110, 110 second or 112 second is required to produce 60 cubic centimeter. It means reaction A is slow reaction, rate of this reaction is slow. To produce 60 cubic centimeter hydrogen, it is taking 112 second. And the reaction B is fast. To produce 60 cubic centimeter of hydrogen gas, it is taking 60 seconds. So reaction B is fast. And why reaction B is fast? Because in reaction B, the concentration of one reactant HCl is has been doubled. So this proved that when we increase the concentration of one reactant, the rate of reaction increase. And this is the more steep curve. This is the more steep curve. Remember, guys, the steep curve means the rate of reaction is increasing. So these things I want to explain and I want to share with you guys here. These are few lines and you can read here from as well. And the very important line, highlight these lines from your textbook as well. The reaction goes faster when the concentration of reactant is increased. The reaction goes faster when the concentration of reactant is increased. So the next is by changing temperature. What happened when we change the temperature? What happened with the speed of reaction? Remember, by increasing temperature, rate of reaction increase, and by decreasing temperature, rate of reaction decrease. By changing temperature, in this topic, we will learn how rate change with temperature of reactors. The method dilute, but method is, by which method we're gonna explain how rate of reaction change by changing temperature. Dilute hydrochloric acid and sodium thiosulfate solution react to give a fine yellow precipitate of sulfur. Means the reaction is when sodium thiosulfate, this is one reactant, guys, this is one reactant. When sodium thiosulfate will react with HCl. The different product will obtain. One product is sulfur, and the color of sulfur is yellow. The color of sulfur is yellow. So, by which method we can explain how changing temperature affects the rate of reaction? Make a cross on a piece of paper, okay, as shown in this particular diagram, a cross at the piece of paper. Place a beaker containing sodium thiosulfate solution on the top of paper so that you can see cross through it from above. Quickly add hydrochloric acid, start a clock at the same time and measure the temperature of mixture. The cross goes fainter as the precipitate form. You see, as the precipitate is forming, this cross goes fainter, and a time comes when you cannot see this cross. There is cross, but the cross has disappeared to our eyes because all here the yellow sulfur product has been precipitated. The cross grows fainter as the precipitate of yellow sulfur formed. Stop the clock the moment you can no longer see the cross. Note the time. Now repeat step 1 to 4 with different temperature by changing only temperature. You do this by heating the sodium thiosulfate solution to different temperature before adding the acids. You will see now it takes less time to disappear the cross. So when temperature is 20, when temperature is 20, 200 seconds is required to disappear the cross, and when temperature is 60, only 24 seconds is required to disappear the cross. It means when we increase the temperature, the same reaction goes faster and it requires less time to make the product. So this the next is changing the rate of reaction. This is part 2, and I will upload this part 2 in my third lesson. So I need your suggestion as well, your recommendation, your suggestion. Do share this video with your classmates and also share your comments here. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.